Hellos and welcomes back everyone, AnthWolf here with more Pillars of Eternity. Where we last left off, we finally completed the side quest which I'd been holding on to for a long time in Raedric's hold. We defeated Lord Raedric, and we got a lot of things from his keep. Some things we can actually probably equip. It might be worthwhile checking those out. Now you got these gauntlets of accuracy here. Am I wearing some gauntlets? I am. Increases my fleet reflex, or I can increase my accuracy. I think accuracy. And you can have the reflex. I think I got some better armor as well. +1 might helmet would be awesome. +1 resolve or perception, no. Internal drive. And perception. Oh, these are actually main character sets. Yeah, might be worth keeping that then. Let's have a quick look at these before I show you what else I've done. So +1 might instead? No, you can have this then. I would like to enchant some of these. Let's have a look what a full helm looks like actually. Ah, it's not so much. Yeah, the picture looks so much cooler than the actual animation. It's a real shame. If it looked like that, if it was actually a full helm like this, I would have tried to enchant it as much as I could, if it's possible. We have a two-handed greatsword of justice. The bartender's ring plus 20%. Did I have a ring slot? Fortitude. Gorn's pledge is always handy. Anyhow, there's probably more things for us to play around with. Let's just start storing things away. Yeah, so as I say, I ran around in circles again to let that hour pass in the stronghold. If you remember from the last video, I had to remind myself. And basically, from there, the eastern Barbican was completed. Oh, no, the western one, sorry, the western Barbican was completed, giving us a few more options. I've had a quick look through them, and if I just stretch beside me here, get my notepad, I've made a list of things we may want to do in the future. So the first thing I want to actually go into next is the merchant stall. Purchasing the merchant stall allows a merchant for you to sell general goods. It only takes 1 day, and then following that, the craft... is it the craft hall? Yes. Arms your stronghold, providing you with a weapons and armor merchant, as well as a dexterity bonus. The bonus is nice. There's one called the training grounds. We need the Bailey for that, but that's definitely on my list for in the future. But the merchant stalls and the craft hall are going to be next, just so we can sell things in our own keep, as it were. And before we head back into Defiance Bay or Cadnuria, I'm thinking we're going to take a trip into Gilded Vale now, because I say with the side quest complete, we'll see if anything has changed. Yeah, it's going to take us 14 hours to travel there through the Eastern Wood. That's absolutely fine. And then from here we'll probably go to Cadnuria anyway, so we can rest up. The merchant stalls will be complete. And we can we'll sell all the miscellaneous goods there.
Get a campfire going and let sleep follow. Right.
So we'll just take a slow run. Where did we come through? Ah, the East Road here. Let's go to this. Actually, let's sell our miscellaneous goods at the smithy, I suppose. Maybe having a high reputation means we can sell things a bit at a better price. I don't know. I don't know what the reputation is, apart from maybe change some of the dialogue options. There's still many things I don't know about this game. Can we do anything about these? Has this changed? Can we just look into your soul? Yes.
Gods keep you.
Oh, it's good to see a friendly face. Hope the Vale is doing kindly to you. Thank you, Tautanu. I'd like to see your wares. Right. We could enchant some of this plate armor. Do I have some legendary plate armor? I can't remember. Let's, we'll keep 2 sets of plate armor just in case we want to ever play with enchanting. And then we'll have all this stuff. Dry Rhodian clothing. Some great swords. Oh, there you go. Another fine robe. 200 Great Sword of Justice we'll keep. Okay. So you have quite a few items now on your person. I have a lot of things in my stash actually I don't really need. Oh, what was this? Fine quarterstaff. No, that's fine. Ah, the fine breastplate. Was that what I was thinking of? Maybe it was. I was trying to think if I had some enchanted, heavier armor. Maybe I put it on already. Horned helmet. Miscellaneous goods. Lots of books we may want to read at some point. I say that, but I never will. A lot of enchanted goodies getting us a lot of copper. Thank you. Okay, our characters are probably feeling a hell of a lot lighter now. Let's have a look. Let's see how we enchant. What's this mean? Oh, maybe points. Maybe you can enchant it up to a maximum of 12. Need a Pilgrim's Crown, Adria, an Ooze Plasma. You need to be level 8. You need a Sapphire and a Vithrak Brain. +4 damage reduction are superb. Okay. Binding Copper. So we may want to be looking out for some binding copper so we could make a fine plate mail of might. You need to be level 5. We need a diamond. Okay, we need a diamond and we could probably go for that. Okay. So it might be worthwhile keeping an eye, keeping our plate mail as we can. We'll stash the plate mail for now. With that being the case then, can we not enchant any of our current gear? This is fine Brigadine. Or Brigadine, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Constitution. Cave, coral, bloodstones, and troll skin. +1 constitution may not be a great deal. There you go, we'll do it anyway. So while I'm wearing it, I have +1 constitution. Some of these are like unique items, like the Pilgrim's Lasting Vigil. So they can't be enchanted any further. There you go. Give Ada a bit more deflection. Damage reduction, sorry, that's what it is. Okay. So we played around with a little bit of enchanting there. I'd say wasted a bit of time, but it's not really wasted if we're actually benefiting from it. And since he's a frontline character. Definitely worthwhile. So, let's check. We'll activate fast mode. We'll head up to the miller's house. See if anything's changed there. Oh, that was caps lock. That wasn't actually. Thank you for giving us a chance to turn things around. You're welcome. So the next one is Ingrid's house. We can catch up with Ulfra as well as see if she's had her child yet. Maybe the change in act has caused something to happen. It does tell you the game time, how long you've actually been playing. I think I've only been playing for a couple of weeks now. Does it tell me here? No, not there.
Good day to you.
Hello again. I hope Gilded Vale has been kind to you. You two seem to be in a hurry. Yeah, the same conversation again. Fair enough. Don't think anything has changed in Gilded Vale despite our conclusion to Lord Raedric's side quest. We might have to go see Kolsc later on. Go see Ulfra and we'll go to the Black Hound Inn first. Oh, as I say, we still have our Black Hound with us. Can't see any new characters we're running past either. It's okay, actually Hollowborn won't mean your deaths anymore. Lord Raedric's decrees are probably invalid now, because he's dead. Let's have a run down to the tavern. We can rest up here for 8 hours, since Durance is feeling a bit crotchety. Should I? Not really, because I'll probably be resting in Cadnuria anyway. Can we just peer into your soul again? Yeah, okay. I'm getting more and more certain that these golden characters are just pure flavor text.
Good day to you.
Gonna see what you have for sale. Thank you. These are all things I've sold to you in the past. Do I still a crumpled note? I should have probably kept a hold of that and stored it away. Potion of minor endurance. Plus 50 endurance. Speed instant. Take a couple of them. Oh, I forgot. I've got that I can summon the wood beetles, can't I? Once per rest, I think it was. Anyhow, so let us head over to our keep now. By the time we get there, the merchant stall should have upgraded. Should have been complete, I should say. Yeah. We can see what this merchant sells. Probably similar what Pasca sells there in the inn, miscellaneous items, but might as well sate my curiosity.
Perhaps a little rest is in order.
Yeah, the average adventure is almost over. Where was it? Craft hall. Thank you. So where will this... Looks like they're all still in disrepair, to be honest, so... Yeah, it doesn't look like these have changed at all. Let's have a quick look at my picture. See if I can identify the... Oh, in your Great Hall. Okay. Gotta read the text a bit better. We have a treasury, library barracks. Okay, so he's probably over here. We have whispers again going on, always uncomfortable.
Good day to you.
Greetings, my lord. Fancy a new blade? Maybe an axe. I've plenty here to take your fancy from any man of action. Or perhaps some ingredients and spices for the road. I've oils and tinctures for the ailing man too. Want to have a look? So you cost a little bit more than we did in Gilded Vale, so maybe the reputation does matter. Potion of major endurance though. Very nice. Plus 8 damage reduction until damaged. That's an issue. It's nice and all, but we'd have to have really high defenses just to make use of it. And you don't happen to have any blades at all. You're lying to me, good sir. This is why we have a weapon and armor merchant getting constructed. Right, we will rest in Bright Hollow. Everyone apart from Ada is fatigued. Yeah, we got the whispers again. I wonder if we're gonna have
You must gather your party before venture.
Thank you, narrator. I wonder if we're gonna have another nightmare scene. Let's quick save. This is the same dream again. You awake to see Durance, his staff held in both hands before him. A flame flickers at its top end, casting long shadows across his face as he stares in contemplation. Still, for all the light of the fire, your eyes can't focus on him. Perhaps it is awakening from sleep or a trick of the light, but he seems indistinct, blurred around the edges. Everything except for the staff. The staff, he seems to be studying its engravings, as you watch the engravings glow faintly red. Light through the cracks of heat-suffused wood. The lines stream like molten metal, burning along the edges of his staff, then branch out in an intricate series of fiery veins, bunching thickly where his hands clutch the wood, pulsing as if a heartbeat. As you watch, the veins spiral into a dozen separate circles, circles that spiral again until they are arranged in a circle of their own. They pulse, wait, and all is strangely silent. And then suddenly there is a great light from the fire. A rush of air, a great flash, and you awaken again. You see Durance in the same place, still holding his staff, but he is solid, real. He doesn't seem to have noticed you, or reacted to what has occurred. Huh, okay. We can discuss our vision. Apologies, creaky chair. And what must you say now? I have questions I want to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
I saw something strange just now. You were sitting by the fire and I saw a great light from your staff.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a flash-like explosion, a rushing of air, incredibly bright.
It is the light of the Godhammer you saw.
The Godhammer?
It was a weapon of Deerwood's people, a symbol of their independence. It saved the Deerwood.
And what do you know about it?
It brought the Saints' War to an end, knocked a god from his perch. There are few that would deny Eothas overstepped. The Godhammer reminded Eothas of it. You saw its light because I helped shape it, give it life, and release it into the world. Once seen, its glory is almost too bright to be believed, and too bright to be forgotten.
You helped build the Godhammer?
There were 12 of us. We fashioned the weapon, drafted plans for it, prayed for guidance at Ashfall, and it came to me there. Each of us were given a staff made from the forest of black trees around us, glowing with embers and fire far greater than this branch you see now.
The number 12 is very synonymous and instantly I'm having thoughts, but we'll continue.
It felt as if the staff was Margaren's own finger, guiding my hand, guiding the other 11, the shadows of the 12 who had come to stand on the bridge to stop Eothas.
Yep, it sounds like Durance is one of the original dozens. Shadows of the 12?
Even in that stand, there was a ritual to it. For the 12 that stood on the bridge, there were 12 shadows cast, 12 faithful of Margaren, her fiercest supporters and shapers of the Godhammer.
Durance rests the staff in front of him, and the flame atop it curls for a moment, the light flaring slightly. It splits into a ring of flames, one after the other, until a dozen is met.
As 12 held Eothas fast, we 12 unleashed our prayers and let the Godhammer fall.
Then it blossoms brightly, once, and then resumes its candle intensity. In the aftermath, the shadows seem sharper in the vicinity, as if they have edges, and you blink to clear your vision. Durance is still staring at the tiny candle-like flame intently.
Shadows cast by the fire of the Godhammer, perhaps. But we shared their fate as well in time. Now the spine of the Deerwood is marked by the Godhammer, marked by Margaret.
What do you mean, shared their fates?
Not all deaths come with stilled breath and stilled heart, or other stilled passions beneath the waste. Some deaths come from silence. The connection we once shared with Margaren, after the light of the Godhammer, it was not the same. It was as if we'd lost our senses, and sense of purpose as well. Instead of victory being welcomed, there was silence, within and without. Not many can claim to have killed a god. It is less a heroic tale than you would think. And such a death, it changed our faith. All faiths, I expect. Doubt followed, and the world changed. I do not believe Margaren was pleased by what we had done.
Why is that?
The world is broken, the wheel stilled. There is sickness in the world's heart, perhaps the price of crossing a god. Crossing 2 gods. Even as Margaren shaped our hands, perhaps we carried her will farther than was allowed. Just as Widewind did. Saint Widewind. Mortal arrogance to match mortal arrogance. Yet if the world had changed, then I sought to change with it. If I had forgotten some of Margaren's teachings, I would find them again. I would make her see me again.
What did you do?
I remembered Margaren's teachings. How reminders on the flesh were more important than the death of a vessel. And I wondered if killing Aethys, if that had simply set him free. Had it allowed him to escape his punishment and be taken on the wheel? Like a mortal? As I stepped from the now blessed Godhammer Bridge, I thought of Ashfall. I thought of the War of Black Trees. Wondered if I needed to be burned to find myself again. That is Margaret at her heart. At least that is my hope. These are the doubts that befall me.
What happened after you returned to Ashfall?
The road to Ashfall is long. Gives one time to think. And if you think long enough, you do not go home. I left without telling anyone, with only the robes I wore at Halgot, my staff, and my name, which is long buried. Of my fellow 11 craftsmen, disciples, I know not what happened to them, if they suffered the same doubt as I did. But it was underserved. It was wrong. We had done all that Or had asked. Grab victory from defeat and...
Tell me what happened on the bridge. We chose the bridge because we could control it. It was a place where we could choke Aethys in his own footsteps, where we knew his feet would fall, a narrow neck of stone. But it was much more than that. It was a spine of the deerwood, symbolic of its backbone. Such symbols are important in the construction of a weapon. Any weapon. I suspect Aethys knew that as well, and so did his vessel, in its arrogance. He intended to walk upon the bridge as if walking on the backs of the deer would, and we intended to burn him with the light of our faith, and his. 12 on the bridge, 12 in the shadow, and gave ourselves to it. Gave yourselves to it?
We put much of ourselves into the Godhammer. Such a device is not simply a machine. There are elements of the spirit in it. Even Widewind's spirit.
How do you mean, elements of the spirit?
Each of the 12 who brought the Godhammer forth would have done anything to save the Deerwood, save its people. It is why we were chosen. Each of us hated this pretender, that rage, that spirit, that rebellion went into our work, and went into studying him as well.
Raedric? Why?
We all studied Widewind. He was our enemy, and he had provided the flesh the god wore as a cloak. That flesh made him vulnerable. I knew what fields his hands had tilled, his family, what he had harvested, where he had been born. We sought to know him, what had led him to fight us.
Why was that important?
You don't kill the god. You kill the man it inhabits. And you leave that man a ruin. Burn him to ash. The weapon was meant to not only burn his flesh, but it would burn his soul. And it did. At the cost of our own. And at the cost of our goddess's favor. That whore be damned.
Is that why your image was blurred in the dream? He frowned, glancing at you with a sharp look. Perhaps your eyes were blinded in the Godhammer's Light Watcher. I may feel half a man at times, but even that is twice that of most others.
If you fear for my spirit, your fears are baseless. The Godhammer, seeing its light, only fueled my anger and made me stronger, made me re-examine the teachings of Margaret, put them in a new light.
It looked as if there was only part of you, though, as if your spirit had been sheared in half.
I do not need you to cast any more questions on me, Watcher. Nor did I ask you to look upon me without my leave. Get gone, and leave me be.
Huh. Well, we definitely got to know Durance a lot more.
Yeah.
He wasn't too happy with us at the end, but we learned a lot about his black story. It's a bit racist. A lot about his backstory. You can tell I'm socially awkward, holy hell. So, we rested there at least. That went on a lot longer than I thought. I thought it was going to be a short episode where we recapped and searched Gilded Vale, but events didn't make it so. And so when we return, we have some side quests. Let's just get out of Bright Hollow. Obviously, we need to travel to, I think it's the Ducal Palace for Ada. We have obviously Durance. We need to continue to get to know him. Canna wants us to, Canna wants us to explore the ruins. The Master Below, obviously on the Endless Paths, which we probably aren't strong enough for. If we can make exceptional armor, or superb armor, which needs to be level 12, I imagine that that's going to be kind of the level you need to face the Master Below. I kind of think he's kind of like an optional boss. That's how I'm thinking of it in my head, at least. He's going to be one of those, you don't need to kill him for the story, but if you really want a challenge, go face the Master Below. It makes kind of a sense in my head, at least. I could be totally mistaken. I would be interested to explore some of the Endless Paths, though, just for a bit more experience. We need to travel to the cliffs for Sagani. We haven't yet found these cliffs, though. The smell salty. The cliffs are near the ocean. So that could be in one or two places near Defiance Bay. We have a quest in Copper Lane. For, what was his name again? Osric. That's right. And that's for the Expedition Hall. And then we need to enter the catacombs for a gentleman called Dalton we met in Copper Lane. A old adventurer. And of course we have our primary storyline. So, we'll end this episode here. This, of course, has been AnthWolf, and this has been Pillars of Eternity. Hope you've all enjoyed. I'm interested to see where this is going to continue going. Let's have a quick look at our defences. Ada's starting to get more and more powerful than actually Balmung is, but Balmung does have a bit more accuracy with both his primary and secondary weapon. And we're slowly making our way to level 6. But we still need a good bit of experience for the entire party to get there. So, I will see you all in the next video when we will probably return to Defiance Bay and probably go into the catacombs. Unless I change my mind between now and then. So, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye now.